All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Chair Yoga. Always glad to have you here. We're going to start by getting centered. So go ahead and slide to the back of your chair and take a load off. With the legs uncross, just settle in, let the eyes close, and let go of any tensing in your eyes as well. If you feel like you need to take a deep breath in and out, allow that to happen, allowing that exhale to signal to your nervous system that now is the time to calm and maybe even relax a bit. Feeling your shoulders drop away from your ears, your jaw untightens. Relax the throat. Of course, one of the best ways to signal that regulation to the nervous system is a softening of the belly. Relax the gripping, the tensing, the holding, the tightening. Just let all of that go, inviting in a sense of softness, warmth, pliability, effortlessness. The legs and feet soften as well. Ungrip the hands and anywhere else in your body that you're noticing any kind of tensing. Let it go. Let yourself arrive here. And just noting where here is. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday. It's July for a little bit longer. 2022. You're here in this chair, this room, this space, this building, this town, country, this planet, this galaxy, this universe. You are here. You have arrived. Welcome. Because we're here in the present moment, you don't have to be worried about anything that happened before you got here. And you don't need to be concerned with anything that might happen after this moment. But if you find yourself drifting into either spaces, let yourself arrive again, each and every time. So allowing yourself to arrive again, take a deeper, fuller breath. And allowing the eyes to open, bringing yourself back to our space. All right, arriving in the present moment. It can be so easy sometimes to want to disassociate, but yoga, mindfulness, meditation just asks us to come back again and again. So go ahead and slide to the edge of your chair, please. And have your knees and feet about hip width apart, heels stacking underneath, and sit up nice and tall. Your arms relaxing down by your sides, and we'll start with some simpler movements. So with your next inhale, go ahead and sweep the arms out to the sides and overhead, reach up, and then exhale, release the arms down. Okay, let's do that again. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, release down. Inhale, reaching up, length along the sides of your body. And exhale back down. We'll do a couple more times. Inhale, reach. And release. And adding on to this movement, inhale, reach up. And with your exhale, hinge at the hips and fold over the thighs. Inhale, reverse that. Sweep the arms out to the sides, reaching up. Stay seated tall, release the arms down. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding forward over the thighs. Inhale, back up. Just the arms coming down. Cool, let's keep going. Inhale, reaching up. Feeling the strength of the back as you lower down with control over the thighs. Feeling that back engage as you lift yourself up. Arms release. Do a couple more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Back up. And just the arms. Good. Again, inhale, reach up. Folding forward. All the way up, inhale. Arms down. Good. We're going to add twisting to this movement. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take your right arm forward, take your left arm back, twist, looking behind you. Inhale, unwind, reach the arms up, and we're going to fold forward. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, come all the way back up. Left arm forward, right arm back, twist, twist, twist. Inhale, unwind, lift up, and again, folding forward. Good. Inhale, reach. Twisting to the first side. Unwinding, lifting up, folding forward once again. All the way up again. Left arm forward, right arm back, twist. And up. And just keep going at your own pace. Twisting in one direction. Unwinding, then folding. Lifting up and twisting in the other direction. We'll do a couple more rounds of this, all right? Just keep going. Just warming up the whole body here, at least from the waist up. Good. So the next time you come into a twist, go ahead and stay. It doesn't matter which side, because we'll do both. But staying there, roll the back shoulder back even further, looking behind you. And breathe. Good. Inhale, unwind, lift up. Folding forward. Back up, inhale. And go ahead and twist that second direction. We'll hold here for about 4 to 5-ish breaths. Really roll that back shoulder back as far as you can go and looking behind you. All right, inhale, unwind, lift the arms up again. Please fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way back up. And go ahead and stay seated. Release the arms on down. Feel sensation. We kept moving there for at least 5 or 6 minutes. So just notice how everything is kind of settling now that we're back. Good. And then we'll do our spinal flexes. As normal, I'll turn sideways. You keep facing forward. And with your inhale, go ahead and roll the shoulders down the back, open the chest, look up. Then exhale, rolling forward, look down. And just continue to move between these two extremes, opening the chest, inhale, rounding the back, exhale. Just feeling the muscles around the upper back opening up. Stretching the chest and throat, stretching the upper back and shoulders. And we'll just go for a couple more movements. And as you open up this time, go ahead and stay for about 4 to 5 deep breaths, squeezing the shoulder blades together and looking up. Good. And then go ahead and round the shoulders, look down at your lap. Staying again for just a few breaths, feeling some space between the shoulder blades here. Then come to a neutral spine. All right. Always love our spinal flexes. We also always love our neck rolls. At least I do. So I hope that you do as well. So sitting up tall, please drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And then bring your head up to center and drop the left ear to the left shoulder. And just keep going from side to side, teeter-tottering on the neck, feeling the stretch on the sides of the neck. And of course, we're breathing as we go along here. I realize sometimes that I teach this in almost every class, but it's that good. We also do arm lifts in most classes and spinal flexes. It's because they're effective practices, effective exercises. Good. Go ahead and bring an ear to a shoulder and then roll the chin down to the chest and over to the other side. Stop there and then go forward again, chin to chest, back to the first side, and keep doing these half circle movements. Feeling the stretch on the sides of the neck and the back of the neck. Just noticing what's there, kind of inviting in a sense of curiosity. What feels tight, what doesn't feel tight. Maybe there's some soreness here. Maybe the range of motion on one side feels greater than the other. Breathe into whatever's there. And then notice over these next couple of movements, if there's a single direction that feels a bit more important. Maybe it feels more tender or it feels the best, like that's a good stretch. Go ahead and find yourself at that point and please stay. And we'll stay for about 4 to 5 deep breaths. Good. Go ahead and roll your chin down to your chest and lift the head up to neutral. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, please fold down over your thighs. Hands can stay on the legs or they can hang to the floor, but do release the head as best you can here, letting it hang heavy and staying for just a few deep breaths. Aware of the inhale and aware of the exhale. And with your next inhale, go ahead and roll yourself back up to a seat. All right, we worked with the waist up. Now time to work with the waist down. So I'll turn sideways, you keep facing forward. Feet and knees stay where they're at because we're gonna be doing some stuff for the hips and the lower back. So sitting nice and tall, go ahead and flex your right foot, pull the toes back, and lift your right knee up. Now let's get the alignment here before we go too far. Sometimes when we lift the knee, we start to round the back and tuck like this. This actually pulls you out of any meaningful engagement here. So I'm going to ask you to sit up taller, lifting the heart, even if it means the knee comes down a bit, all right? So go ahead and bring the knee back to the floor, or the foot back to the floor. Then inhale, bring the knee back up. And then stay here, take a deep breath in. With your exhale, push the right foot away from you, lifting the heel as high as it'll go. And then knee comes back into the chest. Keep the spine lifting. Go ahead and extend forward, exhale. Inhale back in. Exhale, reach. Inhale up and reach and back. And then go ahead and extend the leg forward and stay just for about 3 breaths and lift the heel as high as it'll go. And if you're shaking, you're doing it right. Good. Go ahead and bring the knee in and place the foot back down. All right, side number 2. I know you don't want to, but we have to. So flexing the left foot, go ahead and pick up the knee. And again, check in with your alignment here. If you start to notice the back rounding, sit up a bit taller. Good. Then place the foot back down. And now we'll go into that other part of the exercise. So lifting the left knee up, flexing the foot, go ahead and extend with an exhale, the left heel forward, and then bring it back in, inhale. Exhale, extend, and in. Extend, keep the heart lifting. And in, a couple more times. And then extend the leg forward and keep it there, lifting the heel as high as it'll go today. And again, try not to round the back. Really try to keep the heart lifting here. I know it's hard. Good. Bring the knee in and place the foot on down. Wonderful. All right. So make loose fists with your hands. All right. So not clenching, just loose fists. Like there's a little pocket you can kind of see through it. And just start to do some percussion massage on your thighs, maybe the hips, hip flexors, wherever it feels good. This helps to stimulate blood flow to those regions of the body. So when you're feeling kind of some tension there, this helps. Good. And wipe it off. Oh, but we're not done with those hips. We're gonna do a little bit more work with them. So go ahead and extend your left leg forward, foot flat on the floor. And then you're gonna bring the right heel up just above the knee. Now, for some of you, this might be as far as you go in this exercise. If you're feeling the stretch, stay here, don't move. If you wanna take this a step further, you're gonna keep the right foot flexed, pulling the toes back, and slide the left foot back so the heel stacks underneath the knee. And then you're going to sit up real tall. And then you should start at this point, if not already, feeling some stretch in the right hip. Breathing into that. If you want to take this further, and again, stop at any point you want to here, you can place the right hand onto the right knee, not pushing down, but down and forward. So kind of tractioning the leg out of the hip socket just a little bit here. It's just gentle pressure. You're not giving it your all because you want the leg to stay there, meaning attached to your body. And then just for the sake of giving one more option, again, only if you want to, you could also start to hinge at the hip and lean forward. But if you start to just do that with a rounding of the back here like this isn't going to help. You want to keep the spine relatively flat and just kind of pivot at the hip. Just stay for a few more breaths. You hear me say this all the time, but the hips do not like to be rushed, and so we take our time. Good, good, good. All right. If you are full, then go ahead and sit up. Then we'll all uncross. Feels better when we come out. When we're in there, it's like a little touch and go. But once we come out, we're like, oh, that's why we did that. So let's see what that feels like on the other side. Right leg extends forward. Go ahead and flex the left foot. Bring the ankle up above the right knee. Again, this is stage 1. If you want to stay here, and this is your happy place, stay here in your happy place. If you want to take it a step further, slide the right foot back, heel underneath the knee, excuse me, and sit up tall. Good, lifting the heart here. Now, because there are asymmetries in the body, this side might feel different. I mean, this is definitely my tighter hip. You can even notice that my knee is a bit higher than it was on the first side. And that's okay, because the body, that's just how it is. If you want to take this further, you could take your left hand onto your left knee and press down and forward as well. Again, not a ton of pressure there, but just enough to help emphasize the stretch. And breathing into whatever it is you're feeling. Of course, if you'd like to, you can hinge at the hip leaning forward a little bit here. And just because you went to a certain point on the first side does not mean you have to do the same thing on the second side. Staying for just a few more breaths, giving this hip some time to comfortably release some of its tension. Good. And then if you are folding forward, go ahead and sit up and uncross. Make those loose fists again. Go ahead and give yourself a percussion massage on the legs. Wherever you're feeling it at. Mine's like right up at the hip joint, so I'm just doing it here. But if you want it down here, that's good too. All right, wipe it off, wipe it off, wipe it off. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is just some quick ankle rolls. So just kind of completing our journey to the floor, if you will. I'll turn sideways. You can keep facing forward. So for this one, I'll give you an option. You can hold the leg out if you want to, or you can hold behind the leg and just give yourself a hand here. My leg is straight and forward. Your knee might be bent a little bit, the leg kind of coming through the floor. So you're going to point the toes away from you and then pull the toes towards you. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Good, now point forward, and then go ahead and start to rotate the foot around on the ankle joint and go slowly here. Don't rush it. Now, when you go slowly, that's when you start to notice things like, oh, I'm starting to feel agitated. This is making me angry. That's pretty normal. So just kind of smile at yourself when you notice that the tension in your ankle causes that sort of reaction for you. And breathe with it. It's okay if that's not your reaction too, but that's definitely mine. It's like, oh God, this isn't fun. Go ahead and circle in the opposite direction now, again, going slowly. But it's another one of those exercises that, once you're done doing it, you're like, okay, that was worth it, I guess. Okay, a couple more rotations. And then go ahead and release the foot to the floor. Might shake it out a bit if you want to. But it does feel better, doesn't it? Our ankles do so much. They hold us up all day. And sometimes they need some love too. Let's do the other side. So again, you can hold behind the thigh if you'd like to. Leg could be extended forward or the knee could be bent. You're going to point the toes and pull them back. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Good. Point forward and start to rotate in one direction slowly. Take your time. Feel every corner or point along this rotation here. I don't know about you, but I'm hearing some snap, crackling, and popping in that joint. It's generally not a bad thing. Breathe. I'm gonna go ahead and circle in the opposite direction, which means we're almost done. Isn't it exciting? Breathe. Good. One more rotation. And then release the left foot to the floor, allowing the blood flow to return to it. And as that happens, just go ahead and drape down over your legs for just a moment. A nice symmetrical stretch to end the physical part of our practice. Go ahead and then inhale back up to a seat. All right, and go ahead and slide to the back of your chair. We'll spend the last few minutes we have together today in meditation, allowing the legs to be uncrossed and just closing the eyes so that you can tune inward a bit more readily. And as you do so, your awareness may be called to sensations in your body. We just did the ankle rolls, so maybe you feel some tension or sensation or release of tension in your lower legs, ankles, or feet. Maybe it's somewhere else in your body. Noting that you don't have to qualify any of these awarenesses as good or bad. You just feel something. Just let it be that. It's not something that has to be made sense of. We spend so much effort in our brains day in and day out trying to make sense of everything. Not everything needs to be made sense of. You can choose, oh, I don't really need to figure that out. And that's okay. As you settle deeper into your body, become aware of your abdomen. And notice if there's any tension in or around the abdomen. And see if you can just relax that tension, ungrip, untighten. And as you start to let go of that tension, feel the breath moving more easily in the belly. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, relaxing. That tension of the abdomen continuing to dissolve or peel back with each breath. This belly breath helping to stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system response, also called your rest and digest response, calming you down. Feeling yourself calmer, more grounded in your body, your breath, and the present moment. Allow yourself to stay centered as you take a deeper, fuller breath. Bringing the palms together, rubbing them together, taking the heated palms over your eyes, brushing over your head and down your neck, bringing yourself back to the space around you.